The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of RMCOnAir.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
You like that intro, don't you, Jeff?
That is ridiculous. That is on fire.
Jeez, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the So What Morning Show. Back in the building, having a great time. Another installment of another hot, heaterific type show. So let's get into it. This is what I'd like to do first. What we're going to do, I'm going to jump into my book selections. Then after my book selection, we're going to take a quick break. And then I'm going to introduce the jam-packed house full of crew. But before I even read these books, let me just go to my homeboy who made it on time, my co-host, my homie, my partner, Jeff Brown. Welcome to the building, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to have you, man.
Good to be had.
How was your weekend?
Fantastic. This was my week with my kids.
Yes, indeed.
We'll cover the story of Blakey's ass whooping. Which was actually
so,
it's very interesting.
It's par for the course. We have to whoop ass.
Hey.
Yeah. My son's cast came off.
Okay.
He missed the entire season, regular season of basketball. Came back on the final game. First shot of the game, 3-pointer. He back in the building, locking people up.
Wow.
Defense, just ready to go.
Okay.
So now the playoffs start Friday, and they're excited to have him back.
Shout out to the young lion.
The young lion, yes.
Doing his
His
thing.
Royal Highness knew. Now, what I'm going to do after checking in with Jeff and his kids and my kids, I'm going to do my book selection. I didn't do one last week, and I think that's good. Wax on, wax off. So let's go through my book selections really quickly. I got some heaters here, too. Here, listen, this is going to kill you guys when I show you this book right here. Let me just show you the cover. And then I'll tell you. This is amazing, right?
Yeah. Depends
Daddy, is James a nigger? Is racism nature or nurture?
Well, which
Carol
James?
R. Ellis. This is an incredible book. And I'll tell you why it's incredible. The woman who wrote it, right? Her father was the most racist dude in the world. But his best friend was a black man whom he never called a nigger. But he called everybody else nigger.
So that makes James a coon.
So when she challenged her father, she was like, well, damn, I see you going in on all types of black people. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. But you never called James a nigger. So is James a nigger?
James is a coon.
And that's the title of the book.
James is a house nigga.
Daddy, is James a nigger?
James is a house nigga.
Or is he different?
Wait a minute. Okay, this may be a great book, but back up. Okay? I have a very, very solid, strong, ironclad, white folks don't say nigger around me policy. How is it possible?
But she called her father out on his hypocrisy.
Fantastic.
And that broke the cycle of racism
Fantastic.
in her family.
James
Great
is
book.
still a coon.
James is still
You're still a coon.
Well, why are you kicking it with him, James?
Hey,
if everybody
thank
else
you.
that's where
Thank
Jeff
you.
Brown is at.
Dude. Okay? I hate your uncle. I hate your mama. I hate your daddy and your brothers. But
you
you're all right. Come on in. Help me load this gun. I'm going to shoot your daddy in the face when he get here at 3.
Hey, and I have another great book from a guest who was on one of my shows before, man, and it's Listen, we got a lot of kids out there, especially African American sisters, man. Young girls, man. You got to understand that HIV, that AIDS is hitting a young demographic. You understand? So the only way to protect yourself, and not be, in the crosshairs of HIV or STDs or STIs or any other things that are out there lurking, got to educate yourself. Tough book here. A lot of people, if you're religious, you're against. If you're not religious, you're for. Tough book here. The War on Choice. The right-wing attack on women's rights and how to fight back. A lot of people might look at this as some type of feminist agenda too. Take a look at this book right here. Very cold work. Very cold. How much longer will a woman have a right to own her body? Part of the question is, how can Congress legislate what a woman does with her body? A lot of people say, hey, abortion should be illegal. How can you legislate that? Religious people say we are so emphatic about this being a being, even in a zygote stage, that we will blow up a building and some people in it
and kill
to
some
prove
humans.
our point. I'm just saying. Hey, check it out. Great book. And here's the opposite. Another book, Randy Alcorn, Pro-Life Answers to Pro-Choice Arguments. Randy Alcorn. Come on. Every argument has a balance, right? Don't just, a lot of times people say, well, I was raised Christian, so that's the only thing that exists. Why don't you read the Quran?
Right.
See what it says about Jesus and them. Jesus and them is in the Quran. Don't be afraid to read the damn Quran. Don't be scared of that now.
Don't you blaspheme in here.
I'm just saying, we are such a race of uneducated, limited-minded coons. And what I mean by that is,
hallelujah.
The black community is excessively religious, but living in spiritual penury.
I'm sorry. I'm back up. Penury.
Poverty.
No. I'm rocking. I got poverty already.
Right. Spiritual
Penury.
poverty.
I'm finna put that in my bag.
So we got massive religious excess, but spiritual penury.
Okay, I'm
we
gonna
poor
guess
as hell.
Penury. No
That's what it is. No guessing. No guessing. No guessing. Now,
penury and
a lot of people keep asking. I got to do it again. A lot of people keep asking. Hit me up on Facebook and order my book. This is my book, The Rebirth of Seeds. Very, very heavy book. Nice book. Think about it. Get it. Holla at me. Or text ZO to 90210. Text ZO to 90210. If you got a cell phone, ZO to 90210. This is my book right here. Now, a friend of mine who's running the Pan-African Film Festival, incredible young brother. I'm going to bring him in for this show. I mean, this kid is an educator. He and I are doing work at a high school out here right now where these young kids, five credits behind.
Wow.
In either junior year going to senior year or senior year trying to get to that stage, to walk across the stage.
You got to be kidding.
You fail our class, you don't get to become a senior or you don't get to graduate in June. And the school brought us in because you know how they do. Maybe we don't speak their language. Let's bring somebody who's fluent in their language. Yeah. And we come in and give them real life stories, life situations, life skills.
Where you should have been in the first place.
And then, of course, the school is backing them up on the academic end. All right. We'll help you academically. They're going to help you socially and culturally so you can understand just how on the edge you are right now. So this brother right here, he's a Def Poetry Jam poet. Like I said, he's an educator. He's an author, performance guy. Guy's incredible. His name is Ice Life, and he wrote a book called Pistols and Prayers, a collection of poems, prayers, journal entries, rhymes, and antidotes. He's incredible. Right here, Pistols and Prayers. Go get it. You can get it Amazon. All of these books, Amazon.com, they're all over the place. Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, go find barnesandnoble.com if they're still in existence. I don't know if they are, but maybe they are. Here's another great book. Oh, no. Because we're going to talk about Dorner today, too. So I think it's important that I tell you about this book. This guy was on my show, too. His name is John Potash. He wrote a book called The FBI War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leaders. U.S. Intelligence, Murderous Targeting of Tupac, MLK, Malcolm, Panthers, Hendrix, Marley, Rappers, and This.
Man, we're going to wind up in this second book.
Woo! When I tell you this is a heavy one, go get it. Listen, this is the only way we're going to liberate ourselves is with knowledge. We got to read everything. The Quran says read from the cradle to the grave. Am I Muslim? No, I just read the Quran. How about that? Read everything from the cradle to the grave. Don't be afraid. White people reading the Quran, don't get it twisted.
Exactly.
It's all type of white scholars of the Quran.
All type of blonde hair, blue-eyed Muslims.
You understand?
Why don't you put that in this pile? It's just the stuff
I don't understand how
smuggling out.
I don't understand how there could be blonde-haired and blue-eyed Muslims, though.
Why's that?
Even though Malcolm had that wonderful,
Epiphany?
experience and epiphany, but the Quran itself says they're going to be judged at the end, Yamul Akri or Yamul Qiyamah, the day of standing, the day of judgment. They're going to be judged. He said, who? The evil blue-eyed. It says that in the Quran in Arabic. Blue-eyed, the term for blue in Arabic is zurkan.
Do you realize
So
that
when
one
I-
of your eyes is blue?
No, my eyes are green, son. Thank you.
No,
Okay,
now
now
not the right one.
let's move on.
When it rained, his right eye blue.
Don't those
I done been in
prescription
here when it
tints?
rained. I done been in here when it rained and went, what is with one of those eyes?
This boy got some prescription tints on. Talking about my eyes is blue. If you don't quit, let me get through my damn book selection.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Talking about reading.
Anyway, I just
I don't read
thought-
writing. I can write reading, but I can't read writing.
Another great book, a down-to-earth recipe for living mindfully, even when the world feels half-baked. The book is called Laugh, Cry, Eat Some Pie. Deanna Davis, PhD, the author of The Law of Attraction in Action. Great book. She, too, was a guest on this show before.
Cry, eat some pie.
Absolutely.
Sound like 80s hip-hop lyrics.
Hysterical, right? Well, she was trying to rhyme, but it didn't work out. And my last two books are to promote a guest that we have on. And when we take this break, after I tell you what these books are, he's going to come on with us, and you're going to hear a lot about what he has to say in terms of child support. If you're having child support issues, call us right now. If you're in family court right now, call us right now. We got somebody that is a professional in this field, an internationally known best-selling author. Yeah, I said it. Go get his books. He got one out, got a new one coming. I think you should check this book out. Brother's name is Sean Collison.
I don't know nothing about his book, but that tie is killing the game.
Yes.
Oh my God. And the one on the front.
Yeah, he's a cold piece of work.
Break in your house, ain't shit gonna be missing but your ties.
Yeah, he's like the real version of Don Lemon.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it rolling. His book is a national bestseller, How to Win In and Out of Family Court, a practical guide by Sean Collison, one of America's leading authorities on divorce and family mediation. He's in the building. Go get the book. Go get the book right now. This is going to be cold-blooded. Trust me when I tell you today's show is going to be off the chain. And the last book is not out yet, but will be in a month. The book is called I Want Out. Proven facts, guidelines, and secrets to help you win your case. Divorce, separation, custody, child support. How you fight.
How much is that one? How much is that one? How much that one now?
How you fight begins with your perception of reality. Sean Collison, please show him. Come on, show it to him.
How much is? I'm looking for the price on it.
It ain't out yet, Jeff.
It ain't out on. Who I owe? I got 20 on it.
You gonna buy
I
it
got a
from him
dub
right
on
now?
it right now. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna take the bus home so I can read that because I parked out here. I come back and get my car. I need that.
Hysterical.
Hey, the Lord is speaking through this dude right here.
The Lord,
right now.
Just because he's saying what you agree with now, Jesus is involved.
I was just talking to the Lord 40 minutes ago about not hitting this horrible heifer I call my ex-wife with a bus, and I need a book because I'm finna go to court again because I just got 50% custody of my youngins.
I know.
I'm going to court again.
Well, this is the guy. This is the guy. If you're having any issues, call us right now, 323-965-1600. We got a professional in here that can help you with some remedies dealing in court. Call us right now.
What you doing March the 22nd?
Oh, Jesus. He can't come with you now.
Oh.
And we're about to take a quick break. When I come back, introducing everybody that's here, we're going to get into our first topic. Having a good time, So What Morning Show, 323-965-1600. That beat is nuts.
Beautiful dark skin frame.
That's what got you in child support court right now.
Yep.
Singing
Music
about the
like that.
Music just like
Music
that.
just like that.
Caught right on.
Pee on
up.
a stick. It's a boy. I need some Pampers. You ain't shit. Where's my money? That's basically
Is that to get down?
progression.
323-965-1600. You're listening to the Zoe What Morning Show. I'm having a great time right now. We got I'm telling you, we always have a studio packed full of people, full of informative people to help you. And this is what I want to do. Before the break, we told you about this brother, Sean Collison. He's in the building right now. I'm going to throw it to our intern producer. She's here, Studious Chocolate, known as Chuck Doe. Chuck Doe, could you give us the vitals on who this man is?
Yes, so Tim Alexander, he was raised
That's
in...
not this guy right here.
No, this guy's no.
Oh, we're
no.
doing Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sean
the guy we
Collison.
pointed at.
You wasn't
Sean
listening to the
Collison.
show?
Well, we
I
were
was-
pointing. We was pointing at him. Does that
It's
happen
the
to you a lot?
discipline gang.
Does that happen? Yeah, I know, right? It's a discipline game. Does that happen to you a lot?
Well,
Like,
now they
people-
know who our second
She got a glass
mystery
at Costco.
guest is.
You gotta, yeah.
And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
Well,
so,
wow. That's
Light skinned dude to your right.
Right, okay.
Right.
They look alike, Zoe and him.
John Tangerine.
Sorry. Okay. So Sean Collison, he's a mediator and an author who has experience in cases involving complex and simple issues. And he's an author, like you said, of a nationally best-selling book, How to Win in and Out of Court, a practical guide for cases.
For
You know.
and stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
And
I'm
Sean
talking
has
with gum in my mouth.
And
this
stuff?
is radio.
You
and
know, no
stuff.
professional says and stuff.
Anyway,
if your surgeon says and
And
stuff, get out.
Sean has
Run.
mediated cases with assets of over
Take
half
your
$1
liver out
billion,
and stuff.
making him one of the top family and divorce mediators.
Really?
Wow.
Is he that for real?
He's dope. And he dresses nice.
Okay, listen, you're only 19. What I need you to do
It's back
is
up.
pull back a tape.
Back up.
'Cause
Okay, you keep messing with them boys.
You're right. Your dad isn't
Okay?
here right now.
That's
so that,
man thing right
I'm
there.
just saying.
That's man thing.
Right.
Okay. He put it on you one time. You be driving around his house real slow. He live right there.
I'm
He
just
live
giving
right
him
there. He
a
live there.
compliment. Everyone looks
Okay.
nice today.
Shit. I'm in default dad mode.
Right.
Hey, hold on. Fall back.
You know when that boy be staring at the ceiling, he still be going. He still be going when the boy is staring at the boy staring at the ceiling trying to figure out how to get
Sean,
his
they're
10 speed
messing up
unlocked.
your intro. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, you watch when you talk about no grown ass man.
Sorry.
He's a grown man. He got cufflinks.
Right.
Don't know him. No, none of them other dudes you know got cufflinks.
Right.
Okay,
They
don't
got
mess-
they got bacon collar.
Oh my
They don't have
goodness.
cufflinks.
Okay, I trust this brother already. I have a never trust a black man with no mustache policy, and I'm gonna break that today.
He don't
for
trust
this cat
nobody
right
from the
here.
Nation of Islam. I don't know what's going on.
That's hilarious.
Sean Collison, welcome to the building. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. What's up, Jeff? What's up,
How you doing,
Zoe?
brother?
Listen, we got a lot of people in trouble out there. A lot of men who don't know their rights. Listen, tell me what you think. I have a friend. She's a lawyer. She has her own practice, and she practices family law. The first thing she said was, if you ever have a child with a woman that you're not married to,
Killer.
you need to immediately go to court and just start setting up the process of custody and none of that. We good right now. She said,
No.
when you good,
right.
that's when you go to the court,
Right.
because it could turn bad tomorrow and now you out.
Right.
Talk to us, man. What
Well, you
should
don't
we
have
do?
you don't have rights. I mean, your question is right. Being the child's father, there's no presumption. The presumption only goes with if you're married. And I'll take you to a case.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian, Kanye, and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that they thought the court right now, in the eyes of the court, the presumption is that the child belongs to the husband.
Mm.
But Humphreys is like, man, I ain't seen her.
Right.
Wow.
There's no, so Kanye is not married to Kim, but she's pregnant by Kanye. If there was any contesting by Kanye, if it wasn't Kim, then Humphreys would end up sort of in the picture. But in this case, Kim is saying that's the father. Kanye is not contesting it. But at some point, Kanye will have to establish paternity.
So Kanye, if he was thinking clearly, should take his ass to court this evening.
Well, you have to wait till the baby is here. But at some point, Kanye is going to have to establish a parental relationship. You have no rights as a sperm donor.
So, in a side bizarro universe kind of way, could Chris Humphries, if they don't get a divorce and Kanye and them don't get married, could Chris be on the hook for child support at some weird way?
Well, I'm thinking if anyone's going to show up first, it's going to be Chris. He might not make the layup correctly, but he going to go to court.
Yes.
And he's going to explain to the court that I'm not the father. At that point, if they gave him a DNA, but Kanye's not contesting the parentage. So Kanye's going to want to establish, that he is the father of the Kardashian.
So that's a messed up situation all the way around. What are the 3 things that most men do that gets themselves in trouble with regards to family court?
Well, number one is they believe on everyone is on the he said, she said rule. Mm-hmm. So usually when you get to court, one thing that we hear people tell the judge all the time is, well, she said, or then she'll go, he said. So it becomes on this he said rule. Don't go by any he said, she said rules. Mm-hmm. Number one, handle your business. Get to court, take care of it. If you're a parent, if you're the father, man stands for manage. Get to court and manage your situation.
He's so right.
Number two, make sure that when it comes to taking that responsibility, that you're ready to take on that responsibility. It's as simple as that. Mm-hmm. You don't get a choice. God has entrusted you to that child.
So either way, whether you're married or not, you're going to need an agreement.
You're going to need an agreement. I mean, first of all, I always believe as a mediator that we should work out an agreement that both of us can live with. Now, the emphasis is on the word both. Mm-hmm. If only one of us is buying an agreement, that was not a good mediation. In my world, when we mediate an agreement, if both parties leave pissed off, then I've done a great job. Good thing I get my money up front.
Talk to us about the culture in court that deals with lawyers who are out for winning and losing. They advocate for their client, and they're not necessarily looking for a win-win situation. So sometimes the term family court, can it could, to me, bring on some kind of anxiety and fear because the court system and the culture of court is about winning and losing. So talk to us about the difference between a lawyer and a mediator and the different objectives they go in with.
Okay, the difference between a lawyer and a mediator is that when you hire an attorney, you hire an advocate. You hire someone to go and say and portray whatever your thought or theories are. So if you tell the lawyer exactly your version of the story, the lawyer doesn't take a subjective outlook at anyone else's story. The lawyer just says, hey, Zoe said on Thursday he was there on time. There's nothing to the contrary. A mediator, on the other hand, is going to weigh all of the elements. You're going to be heard. The other party's going to be heard.
Win-win.
Right. The win-win concept is a little thrown off because what should happen ultimately is no one is going to win. Anytime you're in that situation, no one is really going to prevail.
But it sounds to me like the mediator is the lesser of two evils. It's like, do you want half your ass taken or do you want both butt cheeks ripped off?
Right. That's a good point. I'm going to give you.
It sounds like that's what it sounds like to me.
Mediation. When people go to mediation, the only people you hear that go to mediation. Remember when Tiger Woods got in trouble? Mm-hmm. And they were $500 million. It's going to be $20 million. She gets this, she gets that. Mm-hmm. Tiger and his counsel went straight to mediation in Florida. Mm-hmm. About a week later, Tiger was on the news giving an apology. You never, ever really knew how much money he paid. Mm-hmm. Why? Because he went to mediation. Everything in mediation is confidential, unlike when you go to family court. I don't know why they named it family court.
That's what I'm saying.
Because there's nothing family about it.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's
when you
us
get in
against
there,
them.
right? When you get in there tripping, it's me versus you. It doesn't say Barbara family and John family court.
No,
it is. A versus B. It's a versus.
And in a lot of ways, when those kids are a certain age, correct?
Right.
Even the kids get a lawyer.
Well, when the parties can't agree and they get into the court thing, there could be a custody evaluation. Worse so there could end up being minors counsel appointed for the children when the court no longer believes that the parties are credible.
Right.
So the interest of the children have to be defended. So they're going to bring in a lawyer to do that, and that's called minors counsel. Now I can just tell you, when you end up in that boat, man, that's the Titanic. I don't know once you hit that iceberg if you're going to sustain
what's going to happen
to you.
Right.
So the mediator is the person you want to get to work out a deal. These kids are going to be in your life for the rest of your life. They're entrusted to you. You want to do right by the kids. I haven't met a parent yet that said, look, man, I don't want to do right by the kids, the mama. I don't want to do right by no one.
You probably met them. They just haven't articulated that to you.
Well, the only reason I would beg to differ is because parents are parents and they love them kids.
Are you trying to tell me there ain't no parents out there that are using those kids as a pawn?
That's too different.
Now you just did a co-mingle.
I just wanted to flip it all the way back around.
You did a co-mingle. Yeah. Now I'm going to say some parents do not have the kids' best interest at heart.
That's what,
is what you're saying.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
And that goes for both genders.
Right.
No one is getting immunity.
Some parents got shit floating in it. That's what it is, okay? It ain't that I don't love you. You think Ike didn't love Tina? He did. He just had a sharp left hook come with his love. That's some of these, these heifers love the kids, but they hate him more. I love you, but not as much as I hate that some bitch right there. I'm just saying, did some of my shit leak out?
It did. That's all right. This is why we love you.
I'm just saying.
Let it come out.
This is what I found. Can I talk about it? Because I'm fresh on this.
Yeah, he just got his kid.
In my opinion, when you go to court, it's like the judge, both of you want what's good for your kid. Both of you basically want your version of what's good.
Right.
The difference is she wants your mortal soul. Now, what you have to find...
I'm going to make him pay.
Yes.
Don't act like that ain't there, Sean.
The court goes like this. Ma'am, to get what you want, you solve this 50-piece jigsaw puzzle. Sir, to get what you want, you have to take off, fly, and successfully land the space shuttle, and it leaves in 20 minutes. Now, you can sit here and go, this is some bullshit, I'm afraid of heights, I ain't never flew nothing. Or you can take them 20 minutes to learn how to take off in the space shuttle, fly it, and figure out how to land when you get there. And that's how you wind up getting what it is you want. You do not whine about how, because I spent years.
But you know
this ain't shit. I'm black. I'm a man.
But you know what,
Jeff?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you're saying the exact same thing that Sean is saying.
Except I ain't got no cufflinks on.
Exactly. It's different, right?
I'm saying it with no cufflinks.
But Sean, as he was explaining to me outside when he first showed up, he said there's a procedure, and a lot of men don't know the procedure, or if they do know the procedure, don't follow the procedure to the letter. Right. And there are remedies for men to be able to get their kids. Talk to us about those remedies.
So automatically, everyone wants to complain, and so I call it the complain train. Once you get on the complaint train,
he just coined that, ladies and gentlemen.
Long.
Yeah,
he coined that.
What I found out is you have to embrace
ago.
Greatness. You have to already sort of take your lemons and go, with these lemons today, I'm gonna make some lemonade. If you want to suck on lemons, I mean, you can find people to help you suck them. You can find people who just have bad situations to articulate it to you, and then by the end of the day, you'll just have a bunch of lemon suckers. Y'all could have took all those lemons y'all was sucking, crush them, make lemonade. Number one, if you feel that the court is wrong or in error and that your accounting mechanism is in play, you can go into the court, number one, and do something called a modification. The court has to hear you. You file an RFO, a request for order for modification. When you make that modification, the court must listen to you. All you have to do is follow the requirements.
What are those requirements?
Bring in your last 2 months' paycheck stub. Bring in any income. If you're one of the big tricks is being self-employed. Bring in any 1099s, any documentation that you want to present to the court. When it comes to child support, I always say you don't need a lawyer to do that. Child support is about numbers. Numbers don't lie. People do. So you have to walk in with your numbers in place and say, look, here's my accounting, here's their accounting, and now let's do something called the Disso Master. In California, we got the Disso Master. The Disso Master is an algebraic program. It ain't black, white, it ain't Indian. The dude ain't at 7-Eleven. You can't get it there. You have to go in there and punch in a Disso Master. Now, online, you'll find that they won't give you access to a Disso Master. Why? Because the attorneys and the judges have the Disso Master. But if you follow me on Twitter at #TheMediator, or you contact me on Facebook, like Sean Collinson, and you send me a message that you need to run a Disso Master, I'm going to have that Disso Master ran for you.
Wow.
I'm going to give you what you can't get online. Now, when you show up...
Wait, Sean. Go back.
Okay.
Give that Twitter address one more time.
#TheMediator. TheMediator.
I have my own.
#TheMediator.
I have a formula for it. That's
You
why
have a
everybody for how they do child support.
Wait. No. Give us the formula.
Okay. They basically look at how much money a man makes and go, where would he say, that's it, I'm going to kill this bitch, and then back it down a little bit from there. That's why every dude, there should be a salary cap on child support. There should be no child, I don't care who the child is, needs $50,000 a month. I don't care who he is. I done been shopping. I know what kids' clothes cost. I know what nice shit costs. It don't,
And listen.
y'all pimping your ovaries out there.
They don't give them $50,000 a month all the time. There does become a need basis. And now I'm going to tell you what you're explaining.
Yes.
You're explaining something called a high wage earner. So you may fit in that category.
I used to. Before
Back
this
in the
bullshit.
day, in the 90s.
Before I stopped, back in the 90s, before I started.
when cross colors was
around
big.
with substandard heifers. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you something about substandard cooter that's just poison. It's poison.
Substandard cooter.
Women with bad judgment and horrible morals have great cooter.
I mean,
and that is God's curse.
It's like moist heroin.
Oh my God! Ain't it? Oh my God! There's something about it. It's just like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, you get through right when you come, you hear, and it's Verdine White in the hallway with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they start playing Reason. Oh my God! Why is that? I'm sorry, we got off track.
Okay, we're off track.
All right, we're off track.
Let's do this really quickly. One last question.
Okay.
Do women get put in jail for non-payment of child support?
Right. Well, you know the eyes of justice. If you've ever seen The Scale, with the lady holding the two scales,
It's blind.
they have the eyes are blindfolded. So when you come into court, and you always have to remember that the court doesn't have a gender bias. Courts are based on evidence, but where we miss it, I'm gonna tell you where we miss it.
Come on now, Sean.
I'ma
Don't
tell
come
you
in here
where
with
we
that
miss it,
bullshit
man.
now.
I'm gonna tell you where we miss it.
I hope so now.
Because what happens is we commingle our emotions with evidence.
True.
And
I
we
can do that.
believe that how we feel has some substance with what's going on.
Listen,
so when you get in front of the
you should
judge
run
with
after
your
Obama.
emotions,
Reverend
your
Collison right here.
You should run after Obama.
your emotions are never gonna help you. That's why when I say when you go to Facebook and you say, Sean, I need some help. Here's what's going down. I'm going to just really quick assess the situation and bring clarity.
So you're going to give me your Facebook page too?
Oh,
right now?
absolutely. It's just Sean Collinson, The Mediator.
On Facebook?
On Facebook. Sean
And then on
Collinson.
Twitter?
And on Twitter, it's #The Mediator.
All right. And
now
then-
look, on the new book that's out, I Won Out. Every chapter, I did something different this time. I did a Robert Kiyosaki. Every chapter, we have an audio book. Now, if you,
Excuse me.
Robert
Some,
Kiyosaki?
Yeah, no. Some of our viewers are not hip to Rich Dad Poor Dad. So we
okay,
need to break down
Rich Dad Poor Dad. But I did a move that was beyond what everyone was doing this time. Instead of just selling the audio book, I took every chapter and made it available. So when we're talking about child support, you can for $9, you can just download child support. And then I'm going to run down the psychology to give you the results you're looking for. A lot of times, we're floating around looking for information and we're coupling it with our emotions. Your emotions cannot drive your case.
Well, I agree with that, Sean, but there's way too much empirical data out there that speaks of a judicial gender bias.
Gender bias.
And you know good and well, men who work get charged more for child support than women who work. Men who don't pay child support get put damn near on America's Most Wanted driver's license get cut off, the
Right.
whole
Passport.
all that. Jermaine Jackson was stranded outside of the United States because he owed $90,000. Hey, mom,
Right.
we gonna have to dip into Michael's estate
So I
to
can come
get me back
back
home.
Well-
they ain't doing that to women now. Come
you're
on,
right.
man.
Now, Zoe, you're right, and I can tell you the default is that the man pays. That's the default. But that default, sort of like feminism, women's rights, we're getting further and further from the default. In my mediation cases, a lot of times, now let's don't shorthand it because women are the breadwinners. They're the ones that's bringing home the bacon. And in my caseload, currently, right now, I have 4 stay-at-home dads. So
Right.
the argument that you're making, the stay-at-home dad has the same argument that woman used to have. So now when he goes into court, he wants to know, can I get half of her retirement? She works, she makes $190,000 a year. I've been taking care of the kids. I got her on the dash cam from my private investigator, said she was in Memphis at a conference. She was in Memphis with her boyfriend. I got him at the bar. She talking about she had just went to bed. She in the hallway on the phone. So the tables, we're away from that preset in the mind. Men are just no longer running in, oh, poor me, poor me. It's always going to come down to what is your evidence.
So
If it wasn't
sometimes-
for evidence, OJ would have been locked up for killing those people. He
Right.
wouldn't be locked up for selling the Heisman.
Right. No, I agree
He got
with that.
caught in default.
Your publicist has just brought something to my attention.
Okay.
You are on Twitter at the mediator, not hashtag. It's at
Oh, at the
the
mediator.
mediator. Dot. What is it? She said do both.
can do
It's
both.
at the mediator. The mediator.
Right.
At the mediator.
At the mediator.
This dude right here is a cold piece of work. We really appreciate having him on the damn show.
We need to get some bio on
He's
this
off.
cat.
Hey, she just read his bio.
No, I'm talking about from him. He didn't just wake up one morning and go, you know what?
Well, he
Right.
brought you this book.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
But
He
I'll give
gave
you
this
some
Oh, I
book.
already got this one. I got this one here. I want that one.
Hey, I really want
I'll
you
give you
guys.
some bios, though.
I really
Give
want
some
you
bio.
guys. Yeah,
Just so they
please do
know.
that. Yeah.
I'm a family law mediator. Went to law school, and then I transitioned into firm mediation. I'm from Brooklyn. Odds
What
were
a
against
shock.
me. My mother had me at 14. My dad got shot in the head a week later. Came out of Brooklyn.
I heard the East. I heard the
Right.
East.
I know,
End.
right?
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
gonna-
saying. He goes,
I'm out of
let me let you know I'm from New York, as if you
He's
didn't
from
know
BK
already.
in the
As if I
building,
didn't sound like LL's cousin.
right off of Bushwick Ave.
Right,
Man.
Flatbush, fool.
Man, so it was rough coming up, but then I just realized eventually, getting in trouble and just really being a knucklehead, like, what is it gonna do? So I believe that, like, the anointing is like why I'm sitting here today, and I appreciate being on your show. I'm grateful. Thank you guys.
we're grateful, brother.
Hilarious.
Grateful, bro.
And now I think that I'm coming back to be of service.
Yes.
So everything that's happening to me is because God doesn't bless us for us.
Right.
He blesses
Wow.
us for others.
Right.
That's right.
So when I come in to be a contribution, I'm going to make a positive contribution. So when I say go to at the mediator or follow me on Facebook, I'm not just telling you that to get more likes because I only got 13.
Hey, giving remedies.
I'm telling you that so I can give you assistance and be there for you. Everyone pays it forward.
Right.
No matter how we cut it,
Right.
we pay it forward. So I may be that person that's in the gap for you.
Right. And you know what's so amazing? Me and my daughter, we're watching a movie last night. And, daddy-daughter time is really
The best, ain't it?
awesome.
It's the best.
I love going to the games and checking out my son play. And, he does his thing. But when I kick it with my daughter, it's a whole nother kind of get down.
Daddy keeps him off the pole.
It's funny how she does it. She's like, okay, I'm going to get, you want hot Cheetos? Okay, I got the hot Cheetos. Do you want a juice box? No, I don't want a juice box, babe. Water? She's making sure everything is in place.
Yeah.
Put it on pause. I'll be out in a second.
And guess what else? Guess what else is on pause?
What?
Everything else in the universe but me and my father.
Do you understand that?
Oh yeah.
So-
I got a 9-year-old baby.
So
That's
we
my
sitting there,
boo-boo.
we're watching this movie called Impossible
Oh yeah.
about the tsunami.
I got the advanced copy
Right?
of that. That's what's up.
Incredible movie. But even when those people whose family was ripped apart by the tsunami, after they were able to just, let me get my balance and come back to, okay, we still here. I know the other side of our family is missing, but you and I, mom
family.
and dad, or mom and son, we still here. Let's help others.
Yep.
So I was telling my daughter, I said, in Hinduism, there's a word called seva. It means service. And part of the Hindu and Buddhist and Taoist religion is everything is God. So you must be in service to everything, because serving others is a part of worship.
It's the only way.
And what people don't realize is we live in such a mercenary kind of society. Like I said, you're not a gold digger, you're a goal digger.
Wow.
And what happens is, in a capitalist society, it gives you a mercenary kind of mentality. This is why a mediator is better than a lawyer in family court.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because a mediator can help keep the elasticity in that family together. So we're going to stretch, but we not going to snap. A lawyer might snap the whole situation because he's only out for his client. So
Well, he's out for his agenda, which is the money.
Exactly.
Right.
Lawyers in it for the money. I say, I'm not going to hit them hard, but lawyers sometimes can come off at best as a used car salesman. They can sell you the car, and when they get down the block, your whole family will be in shambles.
In shambles.
And they will be off with your money.
you
Now,
know-
not all lawyers are that way.
Fuck 'em. You know how to save a lawyer from drowning?
how you do
Do
it?
you know how to save a lawyer from drowning?
How do you save them?
Do you know how to save a lawyer from drowning?
No.
Good.
But see, that's what's important. We have to learn. This is why I say, especially in the black community. The black community is in spiritual penury, but religious excess.
Right.
We all religious as hell, but spiritually impoverished.
That's right.
So the first step is to understand that serving others
Yeah.
is serving God.
Yeah. Even when you don't want to.
Even when you don't want to.
Especially
When
you don't want to.
And I'll tell you, family court was in the beginning, it was just civil court. It was civil and criminal. We only knew two courts: civil and criminal,
Yep.
appellate, supreme. So what happened? There was so much burden on the civil capacity that they sort of branched off and called it family court. It should have just been called divorce court.
Period.
End of story. I don't know what family they talking about.
Right.
I don't get it. When I was in family court, I went through it. I was married for 2.5 years and went through the divorce 5 years in court. I should have got an AA for being in the divorce longer than the marriage.
Wow.
A mediator saved me. One thing that I realized about a mediator is like, when we used to play freeze tag and you go to base and you safe? A mediator is like base. So if one party is tripping, you can trip with the mediator so that you don't get in trouble, and I'm base. And then I know how to reflect and restate it to the other party to say what you're saying.
Exactly.
I'm in a case sometimes, and the man will ramble off something, and she'll just cross her arms like, look, I'm not even hearing what he has to say.
And you know
I'll
what's
say the
interesting?
same thing, and she'll go, Sean, I agree with you.
You know what's
Oh, well,
interesting? though?
that's a woman
But
thing.
You know
That's
what's
a woman
No,
thing.
it's not a woman thing. It's
Shit,
it's
you
a
got to
man.
be kidding me.
It's a man and woman thing. It's just that men reflect it differently. What happens is resentment, hurt, and trauma
That's right.
makes one deaf
Yes.
to the perpetrator,
Absolutely.
to the person that they're blaming. It makes
So
you
it's
deaf.
philosophical.
Let me
You
tell you something.
cannot hear a person who's hurt you, even if they're conveying information that's good for you.
It's a neuronic shutdown in the brain, Jeff.
I guess
Listen, this is what we gotta
my
do,
brain
Jeff.
don't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You got your brain got 2 kickstands and you got to wind it up to get it going. Now listen, we got to take a quick break. I just want to thank this brother Sean Collison for coming
Absolutely.
in.
Thank you,
You're
Jeff.
welcome to come back anytime.
Sisters
Y'all got to
on
get his
the wall,
book.
clap, damn it.
Crazy.
Publicists, you supposed to
Woo!
be clapping.
We'll be back at 2.2. Zo What Mornings.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you know what it is. It's the So What Morning Show.
Turn that track down.
I'm so sorry we don't have Dr. Mark Goulston, but he'll be back. You know how we do, but you do have 2/3 of the crew. That's me, the philosopher, Zoe Williams, and Jeff Brown in the building.
What's up, baby?
The dude is running a streak. What we're going to do is move on to... He's running a streak because he's every show this year.
Can I explain something?
Has
to you?
been here on time
Can I
before
explain
show
something to
started. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I had an epiphany about time.
I know Tiffany. No.
First off, you stupid. First off, what has screwed me over for years is the concept of early. There's no such thing as early. There's on time
You
and
lie.
there's late.
You lie.
That's it. And the time that we're supposed to be here is secondary to my preparedness.
Well, you're always prepared. First off, don't give yourself credit for something that comes natural.
Wow.
Okay.
That's dope. Don't give yourself credit for something that comes
Right, because you're
natural.
always prepared. Because I mean that.
I got waves. Shut up, nigga. Your mama's half Indian.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you.
You're always prepared. So give yourself time. Give
is-
yourself credit for something you work at.
That is-
You don't have to work at being prepared. Okay. Now. Enough of you. Let's move on to our guest. Guess who's in the building again? A lot of people love her. A lot of people hate her. But I happen to like her. So who gives a hell what you think? Hood Ratchet Relationship Extraordinaire.
Crazy ass 6.
6 is back in the building for our feminism topic.
right.
We're going into feminism. Feminism 101. Has feminism ruined the black woman? Feminism and capitalism. Is that why they can't get a good man? Because they got all these feminist agendas and beliefs mixed in with capitalistic? Come on, what are we going to talk about right now? 323-965-1600. 6 is in the building. What up, 6?
How you doing, Zoe? And I like your topic.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you got some ideas
Yes,
about
I do.
feminism and all this. It's about to be nuts.
Come
up
on,
in
she
here.
pimp.
She pimpalicious.
Nah. No, it's good being I think women should stay as feminine women. Stop trying to look like a man, be a man, fuck like a man, and all that shit. Be a woman. Okay? I mean, because it's beautiful to be a woman.
Are you telling me that women, the way you're describing them, are actually fucking up their relationships? You tell me.
Yes. You know why? Because they're trying to wear the pants and the skirt. You can't wear both.
You can't wear a skirt.
That's it.
You can't do both.
You
Be
can't have
stay
on a
woman.
skirt in
A
the
skirt.
relationship.
You can't wear the
That's
skirt
it.
and the pants at the same time.
That's it.
Okay? Stay a woman.
Oh,
you
God.
know, I mean, ooh, Zoe, can I tell you one thing though? Can
You
I tell
hurry
the
up.
women? Okay,
Hit us
real
with it.
fast.
Hit us.
Women. Can I talk about sex?
6 means sex.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sexy.
Anyway,
Sexy
no,
when you talk
no,
about
no.
old,
Women,
long, tall,
always
sexy,
tell you,
yeah.
no. If you stay feminine and look feminine, you will always arouse. Make your man.
You keep them hard.
Yeah, keep
Indeed.
his dick hard all the time. But
Tallywhacker.
if you start looking tacky, wearing sweatpants, and you're here in a ponytail, and not being feminine, you know they're not going to get turned on.
If makeup is not covering up your scars,
I disagree.
But I don't have to.
I'm
No,
just
I don't
playing.
have. Everybody don't have to wear makeup. I'm
disagree
talking about the
with
way
that.
you walk, the way you, the way you look, the way you handle.
I gotta take issue with that.
You got to
Hurry
do
up,
what?
yes.
What's your
'Cause
issue?
You just brought up one of the sexiest things to me is when a woman is in her natural state. One of the sexiest
hold
things
on,
I've
Pam.
ever seen.
That's for beautiful, sexy women. Not all women are beautiful and sexy, and some women need a little help.
Well, the
Earl
sexy
Scheib,
is-
go spray paint a coat
Dude,
over that face.
Sexy is subjective, okay? There is something beautiful in every
No,
woman.
you're right.
Some of you got to look a little harder to find it. Now, I'll give you that. Right. But a woman in some sweats with a
would you date,
ponytail at the back of her hat?
Would you date Hattie Mae Jackson?
That's sexy to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Or you like Butch then?
I like no,
like butch
no,
women.
no. I like women. I like women who don't scream, "Look at me."
Wow.
No, you can walk. A woman can walk around with
There-
just a bra and panty and be
And be
sexy to a
fine
man.
as
Oh
hell.
my God!
Okay.
Yes.
One of my
That's
button-down
simple.
shirts and some panties.
Not one of your. Those
Yes.
is like
Even
clown
your boxers,
shirts.
even
No.
your nice boxers, roll them up nice and sexy.
Let me tell you something.
You know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, baby.
But
you
I
gonna
ain't
mad
trying to
at me
be.
when I
I
get
ain't
the
trying to
house.
be muscular and,
Okay,
and
so
tight like
can I
you.
do this? Can I do this now?
Yes, darling.
You and Jeff can stop. Let me finish introducing people in the building to go in on this feminism 101 topic, because a lot of people, I done heard Tariq talk about it. You know, Tariq Nasheed is the homie. He was here a couple weeks ago. Corey Holcomb and I talk about it a lot.
Shout out to Corey.
You know, we bringing in some people because we want to understand what feminism is. Is feminism synonymous with femininity? I don't know.
No.
Is there a difference? We got a brother here who claims to be an expert. He has done a movie that set a lot of people on their ear, pissed a lot of people off.
That's what good
And
art does.
I'm just telling you, he be on Facebook dropping straight bombs. I mean, he's ridiculous. I be resharing. Let me reshare this. See what kind of argument and fight I start on my page. He's awesome. He's been on my show before. Brother, director, Tim Alexander. And what did you direct? Could you show us a picture of that really quickly?
Hey, how are you? Well, I did this film, Diary of a Tired Black Man.
Wow.
I'm sure by now that some of you have seen this. This is, it was black men's turn to exhale. We've been Medea and Oprah and Essence magazine, and we never answered and said, look, some of that's y'all. We ain't mad at you, but we get kind of tired.
Right, we tired of y'all punk asses too, right?
And I did
Some
another
of
one.
this, y'all.
If that wasn't enough for you, I came back with The Mother's Love. Now, that sounds kind of tame, but watch it. It's going to be a little different than you expect.
A mother's love could
mother's
also
love.
be
His heart. It hits
poisonous
hard.
milk.
Oh, it hits hard.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh
something.
wow. Okay, let me bring in my next guest. Y'all know her. LifeOnSprings.com. According to Dr. Mark Goulston, author of Just Listen and Real Influence, this woman is considered, in his high estimation, to be the next incarnation of Oprah Winfrey. It's none other than beautiful, chocolatey goodness. Kabibi Springs in the building. What up, Kabibi?
Hello, thanks for having me back.
And Kabibi is she's on edge. I ain't never seen her on edge. Like, I'm ready for this goddamn conversation.
Lord,
I
for
want to know
those.
what, I want to see what y'all got to say about, okay, well, damn. You going to have your day in court.
Just Lord with her little red pants on.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Sure is good to look at. I don't give a damn what she got to say, to be honest with you.
And on the phone, we have another guest. Author of Expose the Naked Truth About Women. This is a very controversial book. Her name is Miss Jimmy. She reached out to me on Twitter. Hold on, let me bring you in, Jimmy. Let me bring you in and turn off your phone, Jeff Brown.
No, that ain't me. I thought that's my wife's ring. Dun 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 dun. Because my check bad. My wife's so fine. Sometimes I feel like I ought to pay her. But she is. My wife is bad.
So again, today's topic, we're going to cover feminism. And I'm going to go to my good friend, Tim Alexander first. Miss Jimmy is online. We're going to come to you with questions. And call in, 323-965-1600. Let's talk about feminism, because a lot of our relationship issues hinges on our understanding of feminism. Its fight to not necessarily overthrow the patriarchy, but to find some kind of equanimity, some type of equality in it. So apparently women are looking for equal rights, gender rights, the whole 9 yards, and the oppressive iron will of the man
Iron will.
refuses to let women do certain things. Is that what it is? Somebody call us right now at 323-965-1600.
Get in the kitchen and make me some eggs. At once.
Okay, baby. I wonder if some women want that, as opposed to the independent, to the left type broad. I can do this without you. And a lot of times in feminism, do they not? Because this is some of the misnomers about feminism, that feminism is anti-father. Feminism is anti-man. You have the concept and the idea of the disposable man. It's not the to the left song. Like, nigga, you ain't shit.
I can get another one.
I could get another one.
Well, here's why I hate that song. Okay.
Why?
She is saying to the left, all your stuff in a box to the left.
Because she paid for it.
Well, why? Here's her problem.
She said another one coming.
Another one coming. So wait. You gonna get another dude on the way over here. He's on his way. That all his shit fits in a box, and you gonna let him drive your Jag? Maybe, just maybe, you got some choice issues.
Great
okay.
point.
Why are you dating dudes? Why are you dating dudes that all their shit fit in the box in the left?
And the lyric is. There's another one. He's another one of you.
I got another dude on the way that's going to drive around in my Jag and cheat on me. He'll be here in 20 minutes.
Your dumbass about to have the same experience. So let's just do this. Let's just do this. Has access to high-end education, capitalism, and elements of the feminist agenda turned some women, as it pertains to relationships, into ruthless goal diggers. Not gold, but gold diggers. Because listen, I always say this, and Tim, I want you to chime in first. I do not want a woman who dates her idea of me. You better date me, the real man. Don't date your agenda. Don't date your ideology. Don't date my potential.
That's it.
Don't date
don't date what I'm finna do.
A social stereotype of what I should be. You better connect to who I really am, because really when you get let down, it's because your agenda wasn't met. You were dating and married to an agenda. You wasn't dating and marrying a real person, because guess what? It's these ideas that are inflexible that don't typically change. This is what I hate about hurt and pain. When a motherfucker get hurt, the healing happens in geological time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm in a state of Paleolithic healing.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? There's no, the aha moment takes 20 years. I fucked up.
That's why
I was responsible for why a lot of that happened.
No, you got a bunch of heifers and
but it takes 20 years for that to happen.
List.
It takes 20 years for that. So I'm just going to say to you, Tim Alexander.
All right,
what
let me
in the hell has feminism done to us?
Let me in. Okay, here we go. A lot of what you said, I love you, but it wasn't right. Feminism was directly designed to destroy the family.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
It's written by the founding mothers of the second wave of feminism, which got its real foothold in about 1967, were white Jewish lesbian women. Now, why would they care about a married woman when they didn't even want a man? It doesn't even make sense. Here's a quote from Ty Grace Atkins, the author of Radical Feminism and Love. Feminism is the theory. Lesbianism is the practice.
Ooh.
Why do we have way more lesbians than we did in 1967? How about this one?
Because women like each other.
How about this one? Since marriage constitutes slavery for women, it is clear that the women's movement must concentrate on attacking this institution. Freedom from women cannot be won without the abolition of marriage. From Sheila Cronin, the leader of the feminist organization Now. I have pages of quotes directly from the founding mothers of the movement. They absolutely went in to destroy men and marriage. They are college professors.
How did they go in to destroy?
I'm telling you, they're college professors. They taught in university to your kids while you paid high tuitions. They have feminist studies, women's studies, every kind of studies. You cannot find heterosexual male studies. And so they've indoctrinated. They're in the media. They're writers, producers, directors, they're attorneys, they're judges, they're lawyers, they're politicians. They entrench themselves in all the positions of influence. And even for women who do not consider themselves feminists whatsoever, their agenda has trickled down and matriculated throughout the entire society. And the way they did it is they had an accompanied sexual revolution with their feminism movement. Men went for stuff they never would have went for because they were getting laid. Most men's first sexual experience back when I was a child was with a prostitute, because women just didn't give it up unless you married them. I'm born in 1959. So
is there something wrong with sexual freedom?
Well, when the sexual freedom came, it was before the pill and it was before abortion. So women were getting pregnant the very first time they had sex. And this is the first time in history that women were getting pregnant more out of sex than out of marriage. And it tilted the whole balance of society, and they knew that would happen. They knew that would happen.
But is that necessarily a bad thing? Go deep.
It is a very bad thing. If a man just wanted booty and you gave him a baby, he got the wrong B.
Thank you, because there was a
So now-
professional transaction for that.
So now he got a baby and he only wanted booty. He didn't even like you enough to even want to change your name and be with you. It started off wrong. If he didn't say, I love you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life and create a family with you, he ain't going to be a good daddy in most cases.
No, because he wanted you to disappear before he got sleepy.
Right, he's not even around till the baby came out. So now we got 3 generations of babies being born out of sex and not born out of marriage and love.
Kabibi, speak on it.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure about the conspiracy
Just
theory
cuss somebody out,
behind-
Kabibi. Shit. Just cuss somebody out.
I'm not
Girl.
going to speak on the conspiracy
Don't
theory
look in his
behind
left
that.
eye. Cuss him out.
But, as a woman today, and obviously a byproduct of all that's happened over the last few years, I think that...
Wait, and somebody who enjoys casual sex.
Oh,
Go-
see,
go
why are you
deeper.
putting all my business out?
Let's just be real. Hell. This is real hour.
So y'all men need to take y'all's own. I mean, because blame for having babies, okay? Because for one thing, if y'all would cover up your goddamn dick and stop just putting out your juices everywhere,
I
all
will
these
not.
babies.
You can't see
Okay.
it's not covered before you let it in?
Shit, nah. Take responsibility for
It's
your
a double
own.
Six,
Okay?
bad news.
Hey,
Take
Six.
your
Bad
own
news.
responsibility
I got
for
some
your
bad-
own self.
I got some bad news for
Okay.
you.
Can't see it's not
if you don't want your sperms going everywhere, bag it up and flush it. Okay,
Six,
bag
I
that
got
shit
bad,
up and
I got
flush
bad
it.
news for you.
So don't get mad because you got kids.
Other mammal on the earth, the female is responsible for and protective of her eggs. The vagina is the gateway from, and to most people, the gateway to heaven. Stop letting niggas loiter in the halls.
And it is a reproductive system, and it's a reproductive organ. If you let people play in it, you will reproduce.
Yes.
That's not rocket science.
No,
and why do you pick the worst men you can find and a whole collection of them? Let me see. You a
Have a
thug. You
baby
look like
by
an
them?
idiot. Why don't you give me a baby?
Oh, yes.
That's another idiot. I'll get one from him. I
Wow.
collect idiot babies.
Let me just do this. Let me
I
do this.
fucked a
Hold on.
tiger, and I was hoping for a
They
giraffe.
should be embarrassed for. They should be embarrassed for people to see the man that they had a baby with. A lot of women should be like straight up embarrassed, like
But let me
want to
do
crawl
this.
under the table.
But let me do this, Tim. I'm a spiritualist.
Okay.
And I don't believe in you chose the wrong motherfucker. I believe that you magnetized the motherfucker that you have. You're dating consciousness. Okay? You're not
Man, Hub,
there is
that was
see,
necessary in that
because
one.
because for me, women use the I dated the not just women, people use I dated the wrong person as a scapegoat for taking responsibility for who you have in front of you right now.
Preach, brother.
I believe that you date consciousness. And if you happen to think that you're above the person you brought into your life, that gives you the scapegoat for living a life that is not accountable for what happens to you. Kabibi Springs, go deeper.
So, yes, you do date consciousness, and women make bad choices. Men make bad choices, too. And some of you should be embarrassed by the women that you call your baby.
Yeah.
mamas as
Thank you.
well.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you.
absolutely
Yeah.
right. I'm embarrassed.
I
Thank
can't.
you.
I can't. I'm not embarrassed by mine though. But
I feel
am.
terrible.
I am.
Mine was great.
I am.
I wake
Holy
up every
shit.
morning like, shit, it's
Let me
still
tell
here.
you. Let me put it to you this way: a human foot should not make this sound on hardwood. That's how far out there
Was
I
she a
was.
horse?
Oh my God, a minotaur! I mean, them feet just got rubbing them on me. What you want? I want some peroxide on my back from where you digging at me with that hoof.
Kabibi, continue your point. Jeff,
sorry.
give her space.
Okay,
Shit.
so getting back to the question of whether or not capitalist opportunity and feminism has shaped what we're dealing with right now. Yes, it has, but it's shaped a lot of other relationships as well. For Black people, the economic situation, we used to be tougher than we are today in regards to what we knew we had to do together. Now that we don't have to do those things together, it's time to redefine what is our relationship based on.
Right.
And I think we're still redefining that. It's
Absolutely.
not. It's not something to keep pointing fingers and placing the blame on.
But because we don't live in a vacuum,
Yes.
when a movement such as feminism takes hold, yes, when a movement such as feminism takes hold, what happens is we take bits and pieces of it. So what I recognize, I seen a mother who, because she never married the father of her child, put the dad in a diet parent role. Right? What mama says overrides what daddy says.
Yeah, we're not co-parenting.
Right? So I think some of that disposable man philosophy that a lot of people attribute to feminism goes into parenting when the deal isn't in place. The deal meaning we never got married, we had this kid, we're co-parenting this kid, but ultimately what the fuck I say goes. And I always say a hurt mother can't raise a healthy child. A resentful mother can't raise a whole child. Go deeper, Tim.
Hey, you hit the nail on the head. You know, we have been turned into competitors instead of companions by the feminism movement. We're not in it to try to make equity and balance. We're in it to try to win. We're in it to try to compete. You know, and I saw a woman literally stand in front of 4 kids and point at each one of them in the face and say, your daddy's no good, your daddy's no good, your daddy's no good, and your daddy's no good either. Who was the 4-time no good baby daddy loser? Who was always there?
And how is
Right.
it?
Yeah,
and
what's
so
the common
she's
denominator?
not looking at the responsibility of I'm the no good baby daddy picker. You know, and there are some women who know better and they value themselves and respect themselves enough to say, why would I lay down with an idiot like you? You got 4 kids you're not taking care of. You look like trash. You don't work. You're a freaking gangbanger. You're in and out of jail.
Well, she does
Why
work.
would I lay down with
She
you and give
does
you a baby?
work.
Because you're sexy?
Tim, she does work.
No, I'm talking about the
She
I'm talking about
works
the
at
idiots they
having
pick.
babies to put them in the system so she can get a check. Let's not forget that type of woman is out there. 323-965-1600. 1 second. Miss Jimmy is on the line right now. She is the writer and author of Expose the Naked Truth About Women. Miss Jimmy, talk to us about what we're talking about right now.
Okay, I'm in agreement with when the feminist movement took place, a lot of things took change.
That's Tim
Started
Alexander.
begin to change. I have to go back to the beginning of time because that's when everything comes from a beginning. In the beginning of the time, Eve left Adam. She wanted by herself. She left her covering, and that's what women do today. They leave their covering. They could have a good man. He get down in the bed. He's good to his kids, good to his wife, and everything else. But it's something inside of a female that she's still trying to fill a void. She's always looking and seeking to find something else. And females, I'm a female, they love to be in control. If they cannot control the person that they with, the whole situation, what their kids wear to school, if the daddy complained that their daughter going out looking like a hoochie mama, the woman will start screaming and hollering and get her point across, and she'll say that's what everybody else wear. And that's why I believe a lot of kids are in the situations that they're in, because a lot of women have pushed the daddies out of their kids' lives. And the thing about it is, like you said, they chose him. They allowed this man to be the daddy of their children. They chose him, and now you don't want him to be a part of the life. And what they do is push them away, then they turn the kids away from their daddies. I've seen this over and over. I worked in the L.A. County for 30 years. I've seen so many women having affairs with so many men. They have more affairs than men do, twice as much, and that's in my book.
Wow.
I explain about the beginning of the time is because everything has a beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So women, from that seed of Eve, it continues to flow. We have not gotten any better. Right now, we have every book. With some of them, it's crazy. Like a woman cannot think like a man. That's impossible. You can act like him, act like the man that sleep, but you'll be considered a whore and everything else.
That's because how we label the women. Thank you. Just hold on 1 second. We got other callers coming in. Jeff Brown wanted to make a statement, and then Tim.
Something you said, sister. I think I agree with the spirit, but there's a few syntax errors in it for me. One, and this is something I'm going through. When you say that a woman has pushed a man out of the children's lives, a lot of men have to get away from the natural urge to love their children through the mother. You got to love your children around the mother, and no woman pushes as hard as I do. And you have to get to this place. And like Brother Collinson was on when he was talking about the rights that you have or the ways that you should move in a particular system, you have to lay that template over your relationship with this woman for whatever reason. She has to become a non-issue. Women, on the other hand, which y'all have been getting some bad press in the Bible and here today, y'all need to raise the vagina bar. It's way too easy to get laid. It's really. I'm not saying that everything. I'm not saying that everything is wrong. Is women's fault, but y'all could change it tomorrow. I had that no pussy for you list. This would be a great day to run it down, but just a couple are off. Okay, sisters, do you want to change life in 5 years? Stop fucking dudes that sag. Just right there. Just go, dude, if I can see your drawers, you won't see mine. If you start right there in 90 days, niggas will stop sagging. It's very simple.
And you know, I like to take it to another level.
Unless I'm not talking about gay dudes. I'm talking about dudes. Okay, all guys like warm holes. We know that.
And let me add on to what you're saying, Jeff. I got a 16-year-old boy. I teach my son.
The lion.
Yes, I say, man, don't date an opportunity mercenary. What do you mean, Dad?
Delta Force 1 to base, 6'3".
No, I told him, I said, there are girls out there who already see your trajectory.
Exactly.
You understand? You got a 3.5 grade point average. You taking Chinese 2.
Killer outside shot.
You balling fools up. Colleges are looking for you. There are girls out there, not all, but some, who have been raised to look for the golden kite. She's an opportunity mercenary. Listen, listen, I tell people this all the time. The black man in American culture has learned to hustle because the system hasn't always been favorable to him. So he learns to hustle outside of the system. Women hustle from the inside. They buy in, men sell out.
Entrepreneur is French for hustler.
You understand what I'm saying? So what women have learned to do in terms of baseball is get on base. Men are trying to hit it out the park, right? So we're operating outside the system. Women are working it inside the system. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying she's looking at you as an opportunity, right? So then I tell my daughter the opposite. You can't have a price. Because what happens is men in this system, this society, the way it's built, what we do is accumulate. Because we know if we accumulate, we can let the accumulation speak for us as opposed to us speaking directly to the woman.
Amen.
You see, I got rims, bitch. I got my own place. I can pay for all of this shit here. Now, is you in or
is
not?
You out? And is that
most
your
women,
price?
ask yourself a question. Tiger Woods worth $500 million. There's a line. If Tiger Woods did a damn press conference today and said, guess what? I don't believe in marriage, but I love cooter. I'm taking all cooter applications this evening.
That's it.
There's a cooter booth right over here.
Rinse it out and bring it on down.
That damn cooter booth would be around the line. Now, it'll be all wrapped around the block.
Oh, my God.
So that's my point. I'm telling women, stop having a goddamned price. I tell my daughter, you need to value yourself in a way that you understand that virginity equals divinity. And when you give it away, you must give it to a divine being. If not, most women don't even know what I'm saying right now. You know why? Because they've thrown their intuition in the trash. They don't feel intuitively. They only feel socially.
Only thing
wow.
Only thing virgin in their house is the olive oil. Everything else has been.
So,
Kabibi Springs, go deeper. And then I'm going back to 6.
Okay, so I don't even know where to start with all. I don't even know where to start. Okay, first of all, if you're talking about a particular age bracket of women, first I want to say this: there are women out there who have a very high moral standard.
Okay.
And there are women out there who
Let her have it. Go ahead,
who
Kabibis.
are going through the paces. So let's not generalize that all women are out there gold digging.
Girl, you know your daddy. See, that's the problem.
Right.
You
Nobody said all.
And I'm going to say having a high moral standard doesn't mean you're a good person either.
No.
So let's go ahead, though,
True,
Kabibi.
true.
Shit.
You know what pisses me off?
Let Kabibi go, man.
Okay, and then I got a bone to pick with you.
I'm just reflecting back what
Go
I'm
ahead.
hearing.
Get your fine ass gone.
Okay.
Shit.
Right now, the circumstance requires a lot of compassion on both sides. there are a lot of us out there seeking partnership, and we can't find it because we are all looking in the wrong place.
But you can't be a mercenary and compassionate at the same time. Go
Well,
deeper.
Well, I'm not talking about the mercenary. I don't flock with those birds. So,
Good. Thank you, baby.
you know,
Shit.
that's not the company I keep. I can't speak for them and what their agenda is, what their parents may have taught them, what their mama taught them. But I know, yes.
I ain't saying nothing.
Let her finish. Come on.
I
Man.
didn't say nothing.
You just looking at her and it pisses her off. go ahead,
It's that
Kabini.
alpha male shit.
I'm saying that grown women need to be modeling for younger women a different standard. Mm-hmm. And yes, we have gotten far away from the path we were on as a unit. My parents are still married. There's a whole lot of commitment there. There's a lot of us who are witnessing things that are the anti of what we're talking about.
But you guys, you do have to recognize if we're grading it on a bell curve, you guys are the minority. You guys are rare.
We are the minority.
And that flips both ways. That flips both ways. Put it this way, there's more no good motherfucking dudes out there than there are really, really good dudes. And there are more no good motherfucking women out there than there are really, really good women. What we have to do is look into ourselves and find out what belief system we have running that magnetizes the corresponding experience. If you get a no good motherfucker, there must be a no good belief system working in you.
You got a no good program running.
And that's the purpose of having that person drawn to you. Go deeper into it, Tim Alexander.
I got a bunch of stuff. Okay. Eve was mentioned. I have a theory I call the second coming of Eve. First woman on earth. Her name was Eve. Okay. Adam's in the garden. He didn't touch that fruit. I don't know how long he was there.
He didn't give
it
a
didn't
damn.
get touched until Eve came down. The serpent knew who to talk to. And God made a weakness in man, and that is for a woman. There's something about a woman, from Samson to people that kings and they
Cooter.
started wars over women.
Samson,
After
David.
Eve ate that fruit, her eyes were open first. But she already ate it. So she comes up to Adam and says, take a bite. She convinces Adam to. He eats. The second coming of Eve, the reason Eve ate was she was told by the serpent, you can be as God. Your eyes will be open. So she wanted her eyes open, so she ate the fruit. Her curse, man had to work. You know, her curse was ensuring you're going to bear pain. Your desires shall be unto your husband, and he shall rule over thee. They didn't like that. So all these years, they're playing out the role that God put them in with the curse. In 1967, they're going to pop up and say, wait a minute.
I got to do this to you.
You got to do this to me?
I got to do this to you.
You can't even let me finish?
I'm going to let you finish, but Lord have mercy, from the free throw line I come. Go ahead.
All right. So 1967, they say, I'm not going to accept the fact that God put my husband in a position over me. I'm going to free myself. So the second coming of Eve was the feminism fruit. If you take this feminism fruit and bite this, you can be as the man. You don't have to any longer respect the fact that God cursed womankind to a certain position.
Let me do this, because I can't tolerate.
You can't tolerate? Go for
the
it.
chicanery that's being.
Go for it.
I can't do
Hey,
it.
I'm a Bible thumping, Bible believing, Holy Ghost filled.
That's a whole nother
Now this is what I'm gonna do. You're about to get in trouble fucking with me over here.
Can I get a piece of that bone when you're done?
This
please?
is what I'm gonna do.
Get a piece. Get a piece. I got lots.
All right.
I'm gonna take the same story and flip it around.
Flip it.
The reason the woman was punished in Genesis chapter 3
All right.
is because the woman was above the man, not the other way around. If you speak the original language of the Bible, Genesis in particular was written in Aramaic. Adam was both of their names. Adama, they called them both, of the ground. That's what Adama means. The nigga's real name in Genesis chapter 3 was Zakar. It means remember. This is where the Muslims get their word dhikr, remembrance. Just remember, nigga, not to touch the fucking tree. That's what you do. That's your job. You remember to do what the fuck I told you. What did they tell him? Genesis 2:17. In the day in Hebrew is yom. In the day you touch of the fruit, you shall die. Back to Genesis 3. The devil said, they know you ain't gonna die. The devil called God a liar.
Absolutely.
Now, this is where you don't understand the scripture.
All right.
It's good to lie in God's case, and it's wrong to tell the truth. Why? Because Adam and Eve wasn't ready for the truth. They were ready for a certain level of truth, but not the truth that you will be as gods, which actually came true in Genesis 3:22. Now the man has become like one of us. Who's talking? God. Now, if he reaches his hand out again, he gonna live forever. Let's kick his ass out so he don't reach out
Eat
again
of the
and
tree
touch
of
the
life.
truth. Now,
he didn't tell him not to eat the
but
tree
the
of
devil
life.
told the truth in that whole Genesis chapter 3, starting in Genesis 3:5. Now, the reason why Eve got the more severe punishment is because her name, not Eve, which is English, right? If you go back to Hebrew, if you go back to Arabic, you hear Hawa, right? Hawa means liver, the living being, right? The one who is alive. But her name in Hebrew, some Hebrews even use it today, Jewish people, it was Nekeba. You know what Nekeba meant? Genesis 5:3, you know what it meant? The tribal intelligent leader. Your ass has to be submissive to somebody that ain't smarter than you. I've already said that women have the power to run the world, but where women get in trouble is adopting patriarchal ideas. Yeah. In corporate America, it's about the alpha male because the alpha male built the infrastructure. But if you put femininity in a male-dominated society and dictate that they should act masculine, they will. And when they do, when they get in a relationship, they're going to have a difficult time turning off the inner CEO and testosterone shit that they got to build up in that society. That's all I'm saying.
Can I pass?
That
Go
sounded
ahead.
so
Can
good,
you
but
pass
it
the
still
rock?
doesn't work.
Pass the rock.
That sounded
Pass
so
the
good.
rock.
All right.
Okay, here's the issue.
Okay.
Here's the issue. This is why this does not work for your particular concept. It is because no preacher, I doubt that you've ever heard, would preach from Genesis in that direction.
Of course not.
Because Genesis was put together with the name Genesis from there to Revelation as a concept of global social control.
Servitude,
and not for any mental higher level edification. Of
course not.
At all. So when this is what, and I know we're a little off text here, this is what really confuses me about black Christians. I've never understood this.
It's not just black.
No. I'm not concerned with anybody else. I'm black, so I don't care what other people do.
You're
I'm talking
pretty
about.
black.
I'm
But what
talking
the Spanish
about
Christians
black,
is doing.
Yes, I don't care what what the white Christians do. I'm talking about black people reading a book that is plagiarized from their original religions. And clearly, this misogynistic dude in here does not like slaves or you. But this is, he doesn't like you. If you look very closely and read this book right, he does not like you. When black people look at the Bible and say, in the beginning, that tells me that they have no concept of the beginning. The beginning, the Bible, give or take 50 years, from Genesis to Revelation, is only 5,500 years. Who here thinks the earth is only 5,500 years old?
Well, it's
That's the beginning of this.
It's 4,004 years actually.
I thought it was 5,500. Okay,
no, it's 4,004.
Here's my point. I believe in God. I believe there is a creator. I believe in his son. He done showed up too many times and saved my ass, all of them. What I have a problem with is that I believe in Adam, Eve, David, Jonah, Micah, Abraham. I believe in all of these stories. The problem is that all of these stories are in vivid detail on the walls of Egyptian caves that predate Christianity by thousands of years. So for me as a black man to take this book as my playbook when my book was taken away from me, and I know good and hell well that it was. It's been told to me over and over and over again.
This nigga scratching?
I just don't get it. I don't get how you do it. I don't get how you know that your oppressor gave you this book. You know without question. I can ask you, where did the Bible come from? And who was it given to? It was given to your oppressor, and this is no shock to you.
Right.
But you will take that book and use it as gospel, knowing how this motherfucker lies. I just don't get it.
No, and I get your point. I get Jeff's
that's
point.
an interesting argument.
I think what Jeff is saying is, especially for women, how can you be pro-feminist and Christian at the same time?
Thank you.
Because the book itself suppresses women.
This playbook.
That argument you made, I've heard it many times. It sounds like it makes sense, but it kind of doesn't. Because let's examine the oppressor's religion. If somebody's
You mean the
using
one you
something,
follow?
Hold on.
If somebody's using something and it works well for them, if you use it the same way, then it should work well for you.
No, that makes that. Wow, does that not make sense?
It doesn't?
No.
It doesn't?
No, my razor works well for me. My son is 6. Don't work too good for him.
Cut his whole face off.
That's a little
That is
different.
exactly
little different.
that
Little
is
different.
exactly
Little
the same
different.
thing.
Little different.
We off the topic.
Because you're
That's
we're on a
off the
great
topic.
run. We're in a great lane.
Yeah.
Your oppressor put that book together. See, and this is the other thing.
He put that book together just to enslave us.
No, not just to enslave you, to control the earth that you build. Not just you. I'm not talking. Okay, to
All right, now who was the oppressor exactly?
who was the oppressor?
Yeah, who was the oppressor?
The Romans.
Wait a minute. How does this tie into
Well, how this got to do with us?
feminism?
All right, okay.
Okay,
You
yeah,
guys
we
done
can talk
went
about
in
this
Jesus'
later.
Let's get back to
world.
feminism.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
anyway.
smoke a little weed and discuss this.
Yeah,
later.
we'll get back to interesting conversation. We'll have another show.
Absolutely.
Y'all don't want the religious thing with me.
I would love to have the religious.
But go ahead, Tim.
Anyway, a lot of women, women have a different emotional constitution, which is obvious.
Right.
So when it comes to being in a headship position, usually the one who's got a stable emotional demeanor.
So in
has
some
a
ways,
bit of
emotions are a liability for leadership in the
men
family.
usually function from the principles of logic, and they look at things one way. And
Is
women
logic better than emotion?
It depends on which one you
In
need
terms
at the
of-
time.
in terms of
They're
leadership.
equally as important. They're just functionally different.
Right.
Emotion is not the best position to lead from.
Are men less emotional than women?
Overall, they don't display their emotion the same way. They're
Just
not
because
led by
we
their
don't
emotions.
display, does
They're
that
not
mean we
led
don't have?
by their emotions. That's not their core.
Men
center.
aren't led by their emotions?
Not as much as women are.
Fuck out of here.
Yes, they are.
Come on.
No,
Ladies!
no. I gotta go with him.
We got
I gotta go with
ladies
him.
here right now. Let the
They're
ladies
not
speak on
led
that.
by their emotions the same way. A
Khabib.
man will be
No,
like,
let me
that
say-
doesn't make sense. And a
let me
woman,
say
when you
something.
argue with a woman, she doesn't stick to the topic. She argues about everything that happened since the time you met her because of the way it feels.
Well, didn't
And
you
she's
just do
looking at
that
things-
with Jeff? You
And-
just
and
went
they
off topic,
complicate
so
things.
you just went out to a different topic.
Wow. Bust
You
his
just
ass.
did it.
That
Get
wasn't-
You
him.
just
That-
said
that
no. You
wasn't
just talking about
emotional. That
women
wasn't
argue,
emotional.
and then they go to a whole different topic. You just did that.
I didn't do that. I was on my topic. They did that. I was on my
I just did
topic.
that
They
shit.
did that. That was them.
Okay, let me get it back on my topic. Behind every successful man is a good woman.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a good woman. So y'all act like now because you have a lot of loose women out there that want because
Lot
they're
of
too. Okay, you know what? In this generation has changed because women are more independent. Too independent where they don't need a man. Okay, I can go to my refrigerator and fuck myself if I really want to.
Really?
Okay, yeah, cucumber,
Really?
cucumber, carrot.
So now,
Either
if you
one.
hear
No,
a bump
but-
in the middle of the night, what you gonna throw that cucumber at it?
No, if I ain't got no,
You got a cucumber take your trash out?
no, I got a cucumber. No, I can
woman
take
can
my
take her
own.
own trash
I could do
out.
that myself. That's what I'm
You
saying. I could
shouldn't.
do everything.
But you shouldn't.
But the family
I'm saying-
died.
If the family's there, but the family's there, you ain't got no family. So many women are so caught up in their careers where relationship don't matter to them.
And the family
Okay.
died.
That's
Okay?
true. That's true.
They
That's
don't.
true.
They're not worried.
And
if-
that's just a fact. The family's dead because y'all are so busy being free. Ain't nobody taking care of the kids.
Let me tell you something. I got 3 kids. I got 3 freaking.
And they're wild.
No,
I'm not saying
no,
yours,
no,
but I'm not saying
no.
yours, but overall the kids are wild.
Yeah.
That's when they get pregnant while mama's at work.
Wow.
That's when they're out running the streets. That's when they're learning how to shake their booty in their bedrooms. They can post it on YouTube while mama's at work. That's
ain't
why the
even
boys
gotta
don't know
do-
how to be a
it
man
ain't even
because
gotta
mama
do
ain't
with
got no
mama.
balls. She can't teach a man how to be a man.
Internet.
She can't even
the
pick
TV.
a man.
It ain't even about if
wait,
parents
wait.
got to go to work. You can't.
Mama
say,
ain't taking responsibility for the fact that her kids suck.
I have a modern wow. I have a modern home that has an internet access and a television. But my home is a cave, and I am a caveman, and I run shit a certain way in my house.
Okay, but when they leave that house, you can't run them.
No,
okay?
I don't want to.
All right.
No, I program them to run a certain way when they leave my house.
Okay,
and I
can
look
agree
for
with
what
that
they
because
ran
I
when they
did the
get
same
back.
thing with my kids. When I used to tell my girls this, and I'm so proud of my kids because none of them got pregnant until they were in their 20s. But I used to threaten my son. I say, if you feel like fucking, put a condom on your dick. Because you're not going to go out here and just have any kind of no bunch of babies. My daughters, you just not going to have babies by no bunch of different men.
6.
Wait until you are ready. Don't give up your pussy. Keep it like a treasure. Hold on to your pussy like it's a treasure, okay? Be choosy about the man that you want to lay out with. Because if you get caught up with the wrong man and have kids, then next thing you know, you taking care of that baby by yourself.
Did your son have any kids?
Did my son? Yes.
Oh, you told us
He
about
had
your daughter.
two.
Tell us about your son. How many did he have?
My son got 2 kids by the same baby mama.
Okay.
Okay? And when he would turn 20, in his 20, all my kids had their babies in their 20s. Okay? I wanted them to do not, because now, like you said, nowadays, a lot of young girls now are having sex at 12, 14, 15. Okay? I mean, and it's crazy. But then you want to blame the woman because she's not at home taking care of the kids. Why she has to be the one to take care of the bills? She can't sit there and control what the kids do.
All right,
she can
Miss
talk
Jimmy.
to them.
Miss Jimmy, how you feel about that?
I disagree with some of that. The thing about it is, like I was saying on the last one, a lot of females make sure, especially if the kids have some kind of talent, if you look at some of the history accounts, they see the money. And they will find some kind of way to devise where the daddy is no longer in the life and where they've turned the kids against the daddies. And even though the daddy's paying child support, she has that much control where even if the courts say that they have visitation rights, she'll find some kind of way to make sure that the daddy is not in the kid's life. See, women are very calculating. They're not going to just speak to a man just to be speaking to him. While the man is still introducing himself, they've already planned the future. If they see what they want in that man, it's already done.
I told you.
And now all she has to do is work her way and get what she wants. And I've seen this happen over and over. And then not only that, then you see where, like I say in my book, mama's baby, papa's maybe, that's an old saying, but it's a true saying.
Wow.
Because a lot of men, that's why I encourage men to get DNAs. I don't care if the baby look like you spit them out. You still need to make sure that that's your child.
That's right. She just be fucking
Because
dudes that look like you.
Exactly.
Because you
I
know.
You her
so many cases where these kids are grown now, but the daddy that's maybe been in the military or even a hardworking man, he finds out he never finds out that this kid is not his,
Right.
and he's taking care of it all his life. But the mother knows, because the reason why the mother knows, I know of some cases where they still contacting the baby's daddy.
Right.
Them heifers ought to be sued for fraud.
So women are very, they have secrets, they deceive a lot, and we always want to put the blame on men. But see, I'm the mouthpiece for men, because men hold in a lot of their feelings and stuff, because they know if you share them, I know of men that shared feelings with women, some hurts and everything, and they'll turn around and use that as like putting a knife in their heart and then turning it.
And this is, and you know what? If you guys are just tuning in right now, on the phone with us is one of my special guests. Her name is Mrs. Jimmy. She wrote the book. Tell them what's the name of your book right now and where they can find it right now.
Exposed, the naked truth about women. You can go to my website called www.exposingwomen.com. You can go on my Facebook, Jimmy Dismuke, Jimie, Dismuke, Dismuke.
Exposed.
And I'm also on Twitter, Miss Jimmy Dismuke.
Wow. Exposed, the naked truth about women. Let's do this really quickly because this is heated right now. We got callers on. Tim, Kabibi. Wait, before I go to my caller, I want to get some more Kabibi. I love Kabibi.
I love her.
Kabibi, do you think there is some positive things that can come from feminism, or that has come from feminism and the work that they've done? Talk about it.
I think absolutely. I mean, well, first, we haven't covered, the male-female ratios right now are so off. Let's imagine a world where if feminism hadn't come into being, what are we supposed to be doing? Sitting around not working, not fulfilling our
because
potential?
it has done some good things, right? For women.
For us. Now,
talk about some
of
those
things.
things.
When it comes to, we now make not the salary of a man, but we're getting there. We're working on that.
70 cents for every dollar
Exactly.
you guys make, right?
We're able to start our own businesses, run our own families if we have to, but no one ever said that that's what we wanted to do.
Then
Some
don't
of these
have-
are circumstantial.
Okay. Wait. I have an issue with that.
Go ahead.
If you are very clear that you do not want a family, then you should be really, really careful with your ovaries, I think.
There's 16 ways for a woman not to get pregnant.
Yeah, okay. If you don't, do you agree?
So you're saying that we own that process? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying that
responsibility for that process.
I'm saying that you.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Hold on.
Baby factory.
Hold on. Okay. You're right about
Birth control works
Let's
both ways,
pretend.
though.
Let's pretend that you're 100% right about that, and I'm 100% wrong. Would you call being a mother the most important job on the earth?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, would you say that Oprah Winfrey, who is arguably the most successful woman in this country,
In the world.
Shit. Took a step back by not having children?
Not at all.
Then that's where we disagree. Okay? You can't say both. You can't. Okay? If being a mother to one child is the most important thing you can do, then what she is doing here is secondary to that. How is that other than math?
Okay, I got to drop one. I'm so tired of women saying, why doesn't a man put a condom on? The number one birth control for men, which there's only two options, a condom or a snip. The number one birth control that a man can use, a woman can clearly see. Why do you keep letting him put the penis in if you see?
Because it feel good.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about women overall.
Women like a naked
and then
dick.
They say, I got pregnant. It's like you saw he didn't have a condom on. How did you get pregnant?
But
like you're
it's the same
surprised.
thing with
like
a man.
That's amazing.
It's the same thing with a man.
It's the same
you got
thing.
pregnant.
No.
Okay, then you should have put a condom
have
on
the vagina
too.
that passes babies and it takes 9 months to do it. You got to build that thing. Your breasts blow all up. You get all fat and stretch marked out. You got to go through all that work and then you get mad and say you got pregnant.
Yeah.
Where else does
this work in your house?
So listen.
Where else? So I can come over your house. I come over your house. Okay. 6.
Jeff.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna go real fast with this. I'm hungry. Do I get to eat every fucking thing in your refrigerator, or are you gonna control what it is I have? Yes or no? You're going to control what I have.
Because I'm the one fixing it.
Here's a big 200. Yes, you are the owner of it. You are the
I'm the one fixing the food.
You have a 200-pound box I'm talking about in your house that you will control over your vajayjay, the thing that gives life to the earth. You are trying to tell me.
Let me do this.
That this one's rougher than that one.
Jeff, let me do this. Everybody listen to me. Jeff made a good point. It was loud. It was all over the place, but Jeff made a great point.
Oh, they're always all over the place.
Kool Moe Dee said this one time, and it blew my dome when I heard him say this. And then I'm going right to my caller. Kool Moe Dee said, an unenlightened, unevolved woman gives life irresponsibly. He said an unenlightened, unevolved man goes to war irresponsibly. Because men unevolved is just massive aggression. Women unevolved is the opposite. You give life indiscriminately. Giving life or bringing a life to the world is an amazing and serious responsibility. It is a gift. Have you heard Khalil Gibran's work when he said, these aren't your children. They come through you. They don't belong to you. So now there's a spiritual responsibility. Again, morality is not spirituality. Spirituality is consciousness. Consciousness is awareness. Morals are just standards. And what happens with standards that are not fully understood from a spiritual context, they become prisons. I can't function without this belief. And like one of my favorite authors said, Robert Anton Wilson, he said, you need to come to a place to where you understand when your belief system needs to be abbreviated from belief system to BS. You need to come to a place when you understand that your belief system is the thing that's BSing you, that's bringing the bullshit into your life. But because we don't look at ourselves objectively, why we believe what we believe, what social, religious, and cultural templates are running in our mind, what scripts, loser scripts, a loser religious script, or a loser traumatic script, what neurosis have we made normal in our lives that actually contaminates the relationships that we're engaged in? Now I got to go to my caller, Nakaya. You're on the phone. Talk to us right now.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
I've heard so much going on. I agree with a lot of people. But what I wanted to say is that there's a blame game that shouldn't be had.
Go deeper.
Because everybody is pointing the finger, but if we take it to feminism and children and things, when I look at it in our community, feminism happens to be a necessity. That necessity happens because, yes, we do have children. I'm a single mother myself. I have no choice but to be, if you want to call it, a feminist. I don't consider myself a feminist. I call myself a survivor.
Wow.
Because in order to take care of my children, I had what I had to do, be it get my education, be it get a career. So at that point, I became the head of my household. When I interact with men, then I expect them to be able to meet me at the level that I'm at. One of the problems that we have is that a lot of men aren't stepping up to the plate. They're not putting themselves in those positions. So if you have these odds meetings, then there's going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. But what I wanted to say about men in general, men are supposed to be leaders. Men are supposed to be providers. If you want to deal with everybody, went back to the traditional sense. So if you have a bunch of women out here with children without fathers, you can't just blame her. Because if you were being a man and wanted to be the head of your household and wanted to uplift your woman, then you wouldn't be out here making children.
Thank you.
You
And
would be more responsible about where your seed was dropped.
But you know what?
And you know what? She's making a great point. But that point can be taken out of context and turned into a blanket license unless we work with specificity. Let's specify. There are some women out there that actively push fathers out. And we have to not overlook that.
But see, the problem is you're saying actively push people out, but I'm saying that you have to go before the child was there.
Well, you know, if I can step in, a lot of women.
Go ahead, Tim. Stay on, Nakaya.
A lot of women actively push men out, just as Zoe said. They're mad at the man because he's not with them or because of whatever happened, and they make up their mind. The only way I'm gonna get back at you is to separate you from this child. And then after they get through being angry, when the child grows up to be a teenager, a woman cannot discipline a boy past 13 unless he allows her to, because he's stronger than her. And once the boy gets out of control, then they want to send him to the father and say, you take him, I can't do nothing with him. And the father's like, this dude doesn't even respect me. You messed him up for 15 years. Now you're going to come splash him on me? But when women say that there are no good men, there are no good...
Let's get into the whole thing, because then we got circumstances and then we have where it actually began. And my point is, and I don't blame either side, I think both parties are to blame. There's no
Nakaya,
blame on either side
but Nakaya, let me say this. This is Zoe. Listen, the bottom line is a lot of times women want Furious Styles. They want to drop him off when it's too late. Oh, I can't deal with him no more. Now it's your turn to deal with him. I tried to counsel a woman recently because her son is at a certain age. I said, listen, at a certain age, a boy is going to disconnect from his mama anyway. Whether he lives with you or not. And it would behoove you to be a better mother by letting him go back to dad.
And iron sharpens iron.
Let me finish. Sometimes a woman will think, oh, he not responsible. He can't do this. He can't do that. But what you fail to realize is if you've been on your job and in nurturing him and instilling him with certain things, you can let him go to dad. Whether dad is a good man in your eyes or not, because guess what? He's going to be getting the other 23 chapters from the 23 chromosomes that help make him. So if you put him in that environment, he's going to learn something from dad, and he's going to be able to ascertain what kind of man he is in the first place.
And how can women not realize that you can't get a man out of a woman, not in his mind. Iron sharpens iron, and they're not really men because they didn't have a man put man in them. That's not what a woman does.
Wow. Go.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. The point is, when it comes to raising children, we have to be more responsible in how we deal with it. I'm a single mother. I've never cut my children's father. No matter how I feel about them personally, that's their fathers. Now, they form their own opinion about who their fathers are through the interaction that they have with them. That's
how many of them are there?
When I decided, okay, I'm going to bring these children into the world, I made that choice to say that these men are going to be in my life for the long haul.
She could have 35 baby daddies. If she a good mama, she a good mama.
I'm just curious.
May I ask a question?
But what I was trying to get to the original statement I was trying to make is that we have to be more responsible. If you're gonna decide that you want to be a family man, a man that says that he wants to be a family man, when he chooses a woman, he's gonna choose a woman with those qualities that want to carry that out.
Right.
See, the problem is that we all, women and men, can be irresponsible when it comes to our sexuality.
Especially in the black community, most of us are irresponsible when it comes to reproduction. Let me go to this caller, Jeff, and write your point down. Wait a minute. Jeff, say what it is.
Nakaya? A quick question. A couple, actually. Do you think...
No.
Just
quick
one?
question, man.
Okay. Nakaya, do bitches exist?
Wow.
Yes.
I want you to answer that too, sis.
Nakaya,
Do bitches exist?
do bitches exist?
Of course.
Okay. Well, how would you define one?
I would say, well, my terminology is a woman who basically is aggressive with no purpose.
Oh, that's
To
fantastic.
me, that's what a bitch is.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give
Wait, no. A bitch is aggressive with no purpose. I'd like you to go deeper.
Okay, so basically, if you look at it, you have a lot, and I mean, I have girlfriends. You know, I have these women who are, you know, they're constantly with the chip on their shoulder. You know, when they interact with people, they have these attitudes. But these attitudes are stem from nowhere. The way that they interact with the world is aggressive, but that aggression is coming from nowhere. It's misdirected. They don't have a particular purpose in what they do. They just have the attitude, but
Got it.
it's not directed towards anything.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, Nakaya, you've been an excellent caller. You know, we're getting down to crunch time. I really appreciate you for reaching out and participating. I see you on the Zo What discussion board on Facebook. Y'all got to join the Zo What Morning Show discussion board on Facebook. It's crazy. I appreciate your call. Thank you, hun. We got to move to the final caller of the day. Young Wizard on the line right now. Holla at me, Young.
Hey, what's up, Zo?
What's happening?
Young Wizard calling from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's my town, Chat Town. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. I've been wanting to call in for a while. This is I love your show. I appreciate it. I check it out every time. Hey to everybody on the panel. I just want to say that it's when it comes to like these discussions, that's why I really love your show. But I think one thing that should be addressed is that it seems like it's a competition versus communication thing.
That's what it
and
is.
I think that we really kind of live in a society that promotes competition. And I think competition superficially is fine if it's not the foundation of our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like that. I think it's the opposite. And I just find it really interesting. Something about between the men and female dynamic that we have is I researched the word recently, war, and I found out that the etymology of it means to confuse and perplex. Wow. And it has nothing to do with violence initially. And we're all in a state of war in ourselves, and so that affects how we communicate with each other, and because we're confused.
Wow.
And so and I think all of that ties in together, and I think we really have to connect the dots. And I just want to say I appreciate you.
No, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call. And let me just do this before we wrap up. Let me just say,
thanks.
At the end of the day, listen, nobody gets a goddamn manual on how to be in a relationship and on how to be a human being and on how to see themselves and on how to uncover, the fucking traumatic knots in their lives. Nobody has a manual for that. And you just live, and experience teaches you some shit, and then people who have been through experiences, manifest itself as insight in your life, and you try to make the best with what you can. The problem is that unforgiveness has become a way of life. Hurt, trauma, all of these things have become religious practice in our interfacing. So now we're running to the relationship as a means to shield us from any more hurt. Unfortunately, that's just not how the dynamics of relationship work. You run into a relationship to get hurt so you can learn more. So conflict is as useful to a relationship as the devil is to the religion. You need a bad guy in order to overcome situations, right? Devil, Satan, only means adversary, and adversary produces another word, adversity. And if you don't have any adversity to overcome in your life ain't really worth a damn. So let me just say, you need it in order to get better. So I appreciate everybody who participated on this show. I love Six. Where can they find you?
How to get the man in your dream.com.
How to get the man in your dream.com, bitches.
Is that dream or dreams?
Bitch, dreams.
How to get the man in your dreams, bitches. Right?
And then also go to Raw Talk with Six. They sponsor Raw Talk with Six. How to get the man in your dream.com sponsor me. Raw Talk with Six. Okay, so y'all look me up on that too.
Exactly. And Tim Alexander.
Yes.
This dude is awesome, man. I love his ideas. I love his points.
Absolutely.
I don't agree with everything, but he's dope, man. So tell us where they can find you, dude.
I hold court on Facebook constantly. If you look up Tim Alexander, filmmaker Tim Alexander, or Tim Alexander LA, and I promise you I will keep you frustrated and on the edge and make you think whether you want to or not.
Right.
You don't have to agree, just think, because figure out what you do agree with. I'm going to make you think.
Kabibi Springs.
Yes, you can find me at lifeonsprings.com. Thanks for having me today.
No, Kabibi.
Yes.
I want you to finish one other point really quickly. You got 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
Because I believe there are certain elements of the feminist movement that was important for women evolving and growing to the space that they're in today that are positive. I need two things that were positive that came out of, because we all know there's balance in everything. If there's some positive shit, there got to be some negative shit. We covered some negative things, but tell me a couple of positive things that came from it really quickly.
Well, interestingly enough, as we were talking, I think that the feminist movement has actually allowed women to become more selective, especially in this day and age. If we're talking about the capitalist divide that's happening right now, that's elevating our selection process right there. We can't afford to...
Elevating or limiting?
I don't think it's limiting. I mean, marriages are a collaboration that are based on, their success rate is based on some things that have been studied, and economics is one of them.
Well, that's too bad, because we all know that when economists get involved in relationships, now you put a value on it, and what happens is you're looking at production versus what I call conscious awareness of oneself when interacting with other people.
I agree with you, but the reality is that that is what's happening. And
where can they find you, babe?
They can find me at lifeonsprings.com.
Damn, you're dope. Shit. Are you single?
I'm not telling you about that.
Yes, you will. This evening.
So if you lost your job,
this evening.
You're going to learn today.
if you lost your job today and your woman had to take care of you and everything, would you allow that? Would you feel less of a man because here it is, your wife has to bring the bacon?
You want me to answer
Okay?
this? I'll answer it right now in the 30 seconds. I would see it as tribute.
Thank you.
Because I am a royal, sovereign God King.
Thank you.
I would see it as tribute. And I believe that my woman has to invest in me anyway. If you invest your time, energy, love, and money in me, I'm going to manifest something that the world has never seen. And that is the woman's job.
Pauletta fixed Denzel's teeth.
And every successful man is a good woman.
All right, we got to go. This is the Zoe What Morning Show. I need you guys to text me. If you want to get the Rebirth of Seeds, my book, hit me up on Facebook and text me, ZO to 90210. Great show, great guest. Love everybody for participating. And we see you next week with another heater. Deuces!
Out.
Great show.